Hey guys, Mike coming back at you again with a nice card for my bench collection, the Vintage Topps Master Set. Um, Bench has cards from 1968 through 1983 when he retired. And for SGC, it's a little different than PSA. It's much harder getting the higher grades. And I'll explain a little more as we go along here, but this card I got is one I saw at auction years ago, after the fact. And it's important because it's the only graded 9 SGC ever did for this card. And I've got them they're kind of here in this order because I've got some company today. This little thing, Jack here, wouldn't let me spread them out like I normally do, but that's okay. He can sit here and watch. Actually, he's going to take a nap now. He was a little more interested before the video started. But anyway, I just wanted to go through these and show you my update now. Everything I got now is in a 9 or a 10 for benches Topps run, except for the 71, and I'll explain that too. So I've shown these before, but this is my rookie. Interesting story behind the rookie is this is a 9. I went to my first national in, I can't remember, 12 or 13, and I didn't buy this card at the national. I bought this on an auction that happened during the national. But this is an SGC Mint 9. And I don't care what anybody says. These old green labels here, this is when SGC was at the top of their game. Very strict graders. They said the modern cards they are too now today, but this to me was where they were in their prime when I first got started. But anyway, it's Mint 9 for my rookie. Second year card, the classic card for him. I'd say most people surveyed would either like this or the 76 the best. This is 69. I've got in a Mint 9. And 70, Mint 9. The 71 I've got in an 8. There are actually no SGC 9s in existence. SGC has never graded a bench 9 for 80 or 71. There are a few, I think there's like a handful of 8.5s, maybe a half dozen, and I think there's around 15 of the 8s. There's very few. So when you start looking at PSA versus SGC, you'll see that on these vintage cards, at least in the bench era, SGC is a little harder grading for sure. I bet if you do the percentages, you'll find out. It's a beautiful card. There's very little problem I can see with it. But it got an 8, and I'm very glad to have it. And then we go on to 72. I got in a 9. 73. I've got a 9. Beautiful card. 74. This is the one I told you. Only one has ever been at auction. It sold years ago before I knew about it. Never thought I would see it again. I always wanted to upgrade this 8.5 to a 9. And believe it or not, in the last REA auction, this card came up. It is the only 9 in existence for SGC. It's a Pop 1. And interestingly enough, whoever won it at auction years ago, I don't know how many times it traded hands in between, but the REA auction did not mention that this is a Pop 1. There are no other 9s SGC has ever graded for the 74 bench. So I never thought I'd see it again, much less own it, but very, very happy to get that in the collection. So that gives me a 9 for 74 now. I still can't believe it. 75, I've got a 9. 76, this would probably be, besides his second year card, I'd say the most popular bench card. And that's in a 9. 77's very sentimental to me. I was born in 65. I started cutting grass in the neighborhood in 77, and I would take most of that money, go up to the local drugstore, and buy Topps cello packs. And I can't tell you, I put together almost 3 complete sets hand collated that year. And I can't tell you how many of these I had, maybe 20 something of them. But that was my first year really getting into baseball cards, of 77. So that card always holds a very special spot for me. That's a 9. Then in 78, a 9. 79, I've actually got a 98 Gem 10. 80, I've got a 98 Gem 10. 81 is very hard to get even a 9. That card used to be very hard to get in a 9. There'd always be some like ink issues down here. It'd be like those little black ink that would be kind of scratched over the card, like it rolled over it or something, like a roller, and put a little black ink on it. So getting it without that ink on it is tough to find. So I got a 9 in that one. And surprisingly, a 9 only in the 82. Even though these are more recent cards, they're hard to find in high grades. And his last card for Topps, 1983, I got in a Gem 10. So now with the 74, I've got everything in 9s or 10s. The 71 doesn't exist in a 9. I could possibly find an 8.5. Again, there's like I can't remember how many. It's very few. And maybe they'll pop up too, and I'll get one and upgrade that. But I am tickled to death to have all 9s and 10s besides the 71. And this 74, still can't believe REA didn't mention it. That is a pop 1, or that the seller didn't, or consigner didn't mention that. And I think that would have got it got a lot of money, but it would have probably got more. So this is my Topps Master Set run from SGC. I was hoping to show off in an SGC registry one year, but guess that's not going to happen. And you really don't want to know my opinion on SGC anymore, or the fate of them, that's for sure. But Johnny Bench, 68 to 1983. And as far as I'm concerned, if I can find a 10 that's reasonable anymore, I would, but all those now are super expensive. But very happy to me, essentially complete this set, this Topps run for his master set. And I love it. I still can't believe this card came up. But thank you for watching. I hope everybody's doing well and getting ready to have a nice Thanksgiving. And that's it. I'll talk to you all soon, Lord willing. Thank you. Bye-bye.